The US president is often seen as the world's most powerful leader, but the reality may be far less straightforward. While elections bring a new face to the Oval Office, deeper forces continue to wield power, largely invisible to the public eye. Who are these power players, and how do they impact the decisions of those we elect? Though the president commands vast influence, they operate within a system shaped by entrenched interests, including major corporations, military contractors, and intelligence agencies. Today's presidents face restrictions from a well-established network of influential players who remain largely untouched by election cycles. Some of these forces have been in place for decades, establishing control over significant portions of US policy, both domestically and abroad. In 1961, President Dwight D. Eisenhower warned of a military-industrial complex that could wield disproportionate influence over national policy. 60 years later, this complex is still powerful, with defense contractors consuming over half of the U.S. discretionary budget. With billions in taxpayer dollars allocated annually to weapons manufacturers, the defense industry holds sway over U.S. foreign policy. Today, a small group of defense companies dominates government contracts, maintaining a stronghold over military spending and encouraging policies that keep defense budgets at record highs. War remains a highly profitable business, creating jobs and driving economic activity, making it attractive for policymakers. Yet, as the defense industry continues to profit, the ethical implications of an economy dependent on conflict come into question. Is the president able to counter this influence? With campaign donations and lobbying power, the defense industry's influence is deeply embedded in Washington, limiting presidential control over foreign and defense policies. Agencies like the CIA, NSA, and FBI are tasked with safeguarding national security. However, they also hold unparalleled power to shape policy by controlling information. These agencies, which report directly to the executive branch, have the authority to determine what information reaches the President and Congress, selectively sharing intelligence while withholding other details. This information gap can directly influence decision-making and policy development. In recent years, leaks and whistleblower reports have revealed instances where intelligence agencies withheld information from presidents and Congress. This discretionary control over information creates a shielded layer of power, insulating these agencies from outside scrutiny and allowing them to operate with relative autonomy. As a result, presidents may only see part of the larger intelligence picture, raising concerns about their ability to make fully informed decisions. Beyond the defense and intelligence sectors, corporate power in industries like agriculture and pharmaceuticals further complicates presidential power. Companies like Monsanto, with significant influence over food production, and pharmaceutical giants with control over drug pricing have shaped U.S. policy through strategic lobbying and vast campaign contributions. These industries prioritize their bottom lines, often at odds with the interests of the general public. For instance, Monsanto's hold over genetically modified seeds limits options for farmers and influences food safety policies. Similarly, Big Pharma's pricing practices lead to some of the highest drug costs globally. When presidents attempt to address these issues, they face the formidable barrier of corporate lobbying, which drives legislation and shapes regulatory policies. This dynamic ensures that industries like agriculture and pharmaceuticals retain significant influence over public policy, regardless of presidential intentions. While the president remains a central figure in the American political system, this analysis reveals a far more complex network of influence. Corporations, military contractors, and intelligence agencies collectively hold substantial power, shaping policies and priorities in ways that are often unseen. While elections do offer the public a voice, The power of entrenched interests challenges the effectiveness of that voice, raising questions about transparency and democracy. Real change may require more than simply electing a new president. It may require an overhaul of the structures that allow these powerful interests to operate without oversight. Only by recognizing the depth of this power network can Americans push for a government that better serves the public and ensures accountability at every level.